for everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
Stupid.
I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you chewing on me.
Sarah. Sarah.
This is the haunting case of a Florida woman who zipped her boyfriend inside a suitcase and left him there to die. On the surface, Sarah Boone and Jorge Torres were just another couple trying to work through their problems, but behind closed doors, things were anything but ordinary. It wasn't just a tragic accident or a drunken mistake. The evidence revealed a much darker story, one with disturbing phone videos, allegations of abuse, and a slow, suffocating death inside a suitcase. Sarah Boone, 47, was a seemingly ordinary woman from Winter Park, Florida. She had been in an on-again, off-again relationship with 42-year-old Jorge Torres for several years, but according to Boone, it was a relationship marked by violence, addiction, and deep emotional scars. She claimed Jorge was abusive, physically and emotionally. She shared photos of injuries, bruises, scratches, black eyes, and said she lived in constant fear. But those who knew the couple said something else, that it wasn't just Jorge who had a temper, that Boone could be controlling, jealous, and prone to explosive arguments. They drank a lot, they fought a lot, and yet they always ended up back together. It was a warm night in February 2020. Sarah and Jorge had been drinking heavily, playing games, taking videos, laughing. One of those games, according to Boone, was hide and seek. In her story to police, Sarah claimed it was Jorge's idea to climb into a large blue suitcase. He thought it would be funny. She zipped him inside and they laughed. Then she went to bed. But the next morning, she said, she woke up and couldn't find him. It wasn't until she remembered the suitcase that the horror hit her. She rushed over, unzipped it, and found Jorge unresponsive. She called 911, sobbing, "My boyfriend's dead. I didn't mean to. We were just playing." But when investigators started digging, that story started to unravel. On Sarah's phone, detectives found videos recorded just hours before Jorge's death. The footage was chilling. Jorge is clearly trapped. He's struggling to breathe. His voice is hoarse, panicked.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
But Sarah doesn't help him. She doesn't unzip the suitcase. Instead, she mocks him.
I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you chewing on me.
Over and over, he calls her name, pleads with her, begs, and she does nothing. Even more disturbingly, prosecutors later alleged that Sarah had also struck him with a baseball bat before zipping him up. This wasn't a prank gone wrong. This was deliberate. Sarah Boone was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. In interviews, she tried to stick to her original story, that it was an accident, that she believed Jorge could get out on his own, that she fell asleep and just forgot. But the timeline didn't add up. Why did she film him struggling? Why didn't she call for help immediately? Why was she laughing while he died? Prosecutor William J. didn't hold back. He told the jury that Boone wanted to terrorize Jorge, that she treated him like an animal, that the suitcase became a coffin of her own making. The trial lasted 10 days. Boone had turned down a plea deal, 15 years for manslaughter, insisting she was innocent, but the jury saw the footage, heard Jorge's last words. They found her guilty. At the sentencing hearing, members of Jorge's family confronted Boone directly. His sister, Victoria Torres, said, "You deserve to rot in jail." She said Sarah had destroyed their family and caused a lifetime of pain. Sarah, for the first time, seemed to show remorse. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she said through tears. "Forgive me, Jorge. Forgive me, Torres family. I never stopped loving him, even if he was a monster sometimes." But it wasn't enough. The judge sentenced her to life in prison. She had already served 58 months while awaiting trial, but she would never walk free again. The Sarah Boone case is a haunting reminder of how relationships can become prisons and how unresolved trauma and unchecked rage can end in tragedy. 2 people were destroyed that night. One died, and the other lost everything. Not all monsters live under the bed. Some hide behind smiles, shared drinks, and whispered apologies. Justice isn't always clean, but it's always final. Subscribe to The Crime Spot for more real crime stories that go beyond the headlines.